On this episode of Pin My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. If you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
now.
Oh, snap.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
This episode of Pin My Setup is sponsored by MeUndies, the world's most comfortable undies. Wide selection of colors, super soft fabric, and matching designs for guys and girls. They have a monthly subscription service where you can get the new design of the month that is released on the 1st, of course. And if you don't like it, you don't even have to get it. So that's a great benefit. Plus, you save up to $8 a month and you get free shipping. You get a free surprise monthly gift to enhance your monthly pair, and you can unsubscribe at any time with no penalty. So let's be honest, you probably wear underwear every day, so why not invest in something that is better quality? And you can try the product because you have nothing to lose. If you're unsatisfied with your first pair, you get a full refund and get to keep the pair for free. Because honestly, 1, MeUndies is great. 2, I don't think they want your used underwear. So anyways, last thing I want to say, MeUndies is offering all of you guys a special offer for the holidays. Get 20% off your first entire order when you subscribe to at least one pair of undies. That's right, just subscribe to one pair using the code SWASHIN20 and you get 20% off your entire order. Do it now before the holiday season is over. Again, SWASHIN20, 20% off your entire order. So I want to give a huge shout out, of course, to MeUndies for making this show possible. I really do appreciate it. And with that said, let's hippity hop into this episode. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And I'm Thomas Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Thomas Philly.
What? You're not my brother.
Yeah, no, we're not related. I don't think we came out the same room.
Well, we did. That's crazy fact of the day. That is my brother. He's the one who produced the episode 62 in the shed. It's gonna be good when we finally get the shed up and working.
It's such an awesome setup. I really can't wait to do more work with it.
Yeah, but right now we have issues like the Blu-ray C920 and the capture card for my camcorder not working. So once I get that figured out, I have had no time. So once I get that figured out, it's going to be good, boss. It's going to be good. But for now, I am in my room, and my room looks like this because I am in the midst of actually pimping my setup, which is just, it's fitting for this, isn't it?
Super fitting.
Yeah, this it's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good. So stay tuned for that. And yeah. So, anyways, ready to talk about them setups?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. You said yes.
I said yes.
Okay. All right. First setup of the day is submitted by Cam, and that's funny because we have a brother with the name Cameron. So
yes.
Kind of funny how that happens. But anyways, this is Cam. He is how old?
Oh, I'm not going to be good at this. 18.
You really think he's 18?
Yeah, because I don't know.
You don't want to change your answer?
Yeah, 18. No, that's it.
Okay, he's 13. So
Okay.
Okay.
That.
Yeah. So he's 13. This is his setup. And I think this setup is hilarious because here's the thing. First things first, you see, okay, is that cameras? Okay, I was on the wrong email. Anyways, so when you look at this, you think, okay, interesting. It's a 13-year-old setup, right? It looks like it.
Yeah.
A lot of things on the wall, funky ass curtains, just an interesting setup overall. But my favorite part is the second photo. This is what he does with his leg room.
Oh my god, I almost flipped and I don't even care about that stuff, but like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Seriously, guys, he put not only his Xbox One, not only his Xbox 360, but he put his 2 controllers and the charging cable and everything right where his feet go.
Maybe he's a avid foot gamer. You know, he uses his feet to play the games. And all that.
That could be the case. But seriously, in all honesty, that is like awful placement, and that right there killed tons of points for you. No bueno, mis amigo. So taking a look at everything, what is your first, like, what's an eyesore to you? What's something you would change? What don't you like?
Okay, I think the wall is there's too many like pictures and like
Yeah.
posters on there. I mean, it's cool. You have a theme going kind of with Joker and the comic books kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then you got like I don't know these buses or whatever, those old buses.
Yeah. The
But I don't know. I
Volkswagen
mean, yeah,
Beetle things,
Volkswagen
whatever.
buses. But I don't know. Like, it just seems like a lot for what the space you're working with right now,
Yeah.
and the curtains too. I don't know. The curtains I would think would match that. Like, I'm just thinking that Joker poster. If you had something purple with those curtains, I think they would work so much better, just from an appealing standpoint.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I know is first off.
Well, yeah, choose a theme because right now, like you said, you have some comic book stuff going on, but then all of a sudden you're switching to like the beach with your bus, and then you got the wax on, wax off, dead or alive, you're coming with me, blah 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 blah. It's a little all over the place. Kind of choose something that you want it to work as words, things, and that'll be good. Yeah, and then I think in the back right corner, clean that up. You got your Connect over there, terrible placement.
Is that a ruler?
Ruler, yeah, that's a ruler, a textbook.
You got another controller. Why don't you put that controller down there with your other controllers?
This dude's got a lot of controllers. I think that's safe to say. He's probably MLG Pro, and I gotta step back because he could probably 1v1 me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's probably what's happening.
Yep.
So yeah, I really think it's the curtains that kill the setup.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely get some just blackout curtains and easily just make it like a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, the wall itself, it's a light blue. So I guess like the curtains do match the light blue wall, but at the same time, you're covering most of the wall anyway.
Doesn't it look like a bathroom curtain?
It does.
Like a
and
shower curtain.
Obviously, like those colors, like light blue and all that, they look like bathroom like.
Yeah,
colors,
it is weird. I mean, granted, you're 13. You do what you got to do. And again, and I just saw it now. Someone said, "Bro, you're like so mean. Like, bro, he's 13. Yeah, he's 13 and willingly submitted to my show where I critique setups. So I don't. Age is not a thing to me. I don't really care. You could be 5 and I will rip you to shreds if your cables are awful. Which, speaking of cables, we see a little bit bundled up in the bottom right. But as far as coming out of your monitor, I give you props for not just letting that hang.
Yeah.
And that's
and it just like the second picture. I don't know. I don't think it's safe to have your computer on the floor. I guess wood is fine for the floor and all that, but your Xboxes, I mean, like
it's just terrible because your feet are gonna touch it.
Yeah, I think that's most of all what's most important.
Yeah, if you keep everything right there, you're gonna get all the dust and all the airflow is gonna be there, and it's gonna be like a cluster F. So, I think honestly, the computer isn't awful, but it might be eating up some leg room. I don't know. Yeah. And plus, you have that side table that you could actually use perfectly for your goddamn PC.
You could even just put it underneath. If you're gonna put it underneath, put it over there. I mean,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's go to the next setup. Next setup here is submitted by Dom. And Dom is casual gamer. He's upgrading setup every day. He plans on creating more legroom in the future by moving the dresser over. And he said potato. No, he didn't say potato. But taking a look at this, how old do you think Dom is?
Okay, I feel like I keep saying the same answer, but I really think he's 18. I really do. Just because he's got a Montana jersey, and I don't think like a 13-year-old would know like Joe Montana.
Yeah, I mean that is a good.
Unless you're a big Niners fan. I mean.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he is a big Niners fan. It's like that red theme is really falling through. He's got pictures up there, which is why I gave him a great score for theme. But he is 15, so 15, close. Okay.
I could definitely tell because of those trophies. Like those are the fake trophies I remember when I was a freaking kid. Like I don't know, you could definitely tell that they were made like not too long ago. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the thing. All right. Now, like I said, theme, I give him a great score. Everything in his room kind of flows with the Niners, the red, and even the little light on his desk is red. Really tons of stuff like that. Now, the shelves, I also really like the shelves. The shelves, they work. He's got a lot of stuff on there. Maybe you could arrange them a little bit better. Maybe you could get rid of the boxes, kind of spread things apart, blah, blah, blah. But I think at the end of the day, that part's great. Now, the issue, I think, is that you have so much desk space. Dude, you have an amazing desk. Very, very, very big. But you don't really utilize it. And I understand if one side was like empty to do some schoolwork because you are 15. So Sure, you know, you got that lamp, you got your pencils over here, you kind of just do some work. But on the right side, like, do you do work there too? Like, it's
Maybe
a little
he's
too
an
empty.
handyman. Like maybe he does little wood projects or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he needs multiple space. He needs that wood space and he needs that work.
That would be
space.
weird if he did woodworking here, don't you think?
Woodworking. I don't know. You don't know that.
I guess
Really
so. By the way, I just noticed he also has his trash can, a 49ers helmet. So
Yeah, I can
he's
see
really bringing the
because the
theme
49ers are
around.
trash.
Well,
Shots fired. No?
yeah, maybe Kaepernick's trash. Oh,
Oh,
but here's the last thing that I would say. And by the way, I think that I'm hoping that this was a panoramic, and that's why the painting is so bad around the top of the ceiling.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
But I don't know. I don't think it is
But
a
at the same time,
panoramic.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. No,
It could be. I don't know. But that's the only thing that's jagged. Like the actual, I don't know. That's the only part that's jagged. So I don't know. Anyways,
it's like curved up. It looks too weird to be normal.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. The around the windows, that was your chance to put some red curtains.
There you go. Red curtains, even freaking black curtains. I mean,
Well, yeah.
black curtains work with everything, but red curtains would be so sick.
But it just
right there.
yeah, it seems like that's something he would go for, like that nice red. Like that would be nice. I'd like to see that happen, but I don't see it happening. So it's a nice desk space. It's a nice setup. It's just lacking that little bit of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm just looking on the right hand side. Are those drawers the black area underneath the right hand side desk, or is it just black, just really black where you can't see? It's like a shadow.
Oh, you know what? This is definitely a panoramic. If you look at the desk on the right.
Yeah, because it looks really, it's like blurry
Yeah,
in
yeah,
some spots. So is that it's like drawers or are
yeah.
they just
I would say the drawers, but
because that's why he needs more leg space because he has no leg space whatsoever if he has that
Yeah, I guess
huge
that-
black void.
yeah, I guess that is a big dresser.
Because then at the same time, I don't know because it's blurry in that middle section right below his computer. So I don't know if that's. I don't even know. It might be stretched out a little bit. Where
It's interesting to say the
I don't
least.
know.
But
I look at the next picture and I can't even tell. It's too dark down there. I could see wires coming down, but other than that, I can't really tell. It looks like part of computer, but
Yeah,
his
and-
computer.
And the last thing I would say is it is a little weird that he contains himself into that corner where it's like not like curved. It's just
Oh, yeah.
straight edges. I don't know. It looks a little uncomfortable, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to cross your legs in order to fit your freaking legs.
well, he
underneath
did. He
it.
did say he was going to fix that, but I mean, don't put yourself in the corner. It might not work in this setup, but
Yeah.
you do what you got to do. He looks like he cramped himself though there. So spread apart. Do what you got to do. Let's move on to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Patty, and Patty is from Western Australia, and basically,
Australia.
yeah, basically said bippity bop bop boop bop and a beam beam. That's what they said. I just made that up. So taking a look at this setup, how old do you think Patty is?
Okay, I'm looking at his right hand side. I see deodorant, but I see like a men's perfume, and I see some hand sanitizer. So he
Yeah,
seems
smell
old enough
good.
to be cleansing himself, to be like aware of his smell and all that. So he has to be a little bit older. So he has to be 19.
19. And I
Yeah.
think another thing that kind of gives it away is he's got a wine cooler.
He's got a wine cooler, and Australia, I don't know the legal
Yeah.
drinking age.
Well, here's the fun fact. He is 16 years old. So hopefully it's 16.
I don't think it's 16. I think that's too young.
He did say 16 though, so I think that's pretty interesting. And I do want to apologize. It's not the highest quality photo, but I
Yeah.
did double check it. I have more than one picture, so I know it's real. But yeah, it's not the best quality. So with that in mind, he didn't really say anything else. He just said like, "Here's my setup. What do you think?" So this is one that I really want to hear from you guys in the chat. I want to know what you think, because here's the thing. You take a look at it and you get this. You see he's got 3 different monitors. Well, first off, he's got an iMac. Then he's got a nice display right there in the middle. Then he's got one of those cheaper ass, I think it's like a Samsung on the left, which it looks like he uses for like console gaming. So those are very different not different aspect ratios, just different, like, I don't know. It's just a
It just
different
looks
feel.
awkward.
Yeah, each one's different. I don't know the right word that I'm looking for, but basically, very, very crowded underneath with pop vinyls. I love pop vinyls. That's a lot of pop vinyls for under your monitor. Then the right side is just completely cluttered up with, like you were talking about, hand sanitizer, deodorant,
bunch of knickknacks. Like,
yeah,
stuff that you don't need.
stuff that you would put in a drawer, you
Yeah.
know, something like that, like one of your drawers on the right side of your desk. Then the left side looks better. It looks good. It looks nice. And then
Yeah.
on the top right, he's got a dope ass Breaking Bad little like canvas print poster kind of thing, but nothing on the right side. I mean, the left side.
Left side, yeah.
Endotells. I'm just kidding.
I'm
and
like,
then
do you have it flipped or I don't know.
the other thing I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you, Tom. Do you like the contrasting wall color?
I do actually. I think it works well with the room because it's just black and white and gray. Like that's the color scheme.
Uh huh.
I mean, it does work, but I feel like putting something to fill that canvas space would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of people are saying they like it, but it looks like there's 50 different themes going on.
That's
And-
true, yeah.
And someone said, "Shove everything off and start over." Yeah, the old Matt Philly way. Yeah. Here's the thing. Well, he is left-handed. That's also very unique.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't like the left display, but then I think like maybe he likes just using that for his console gaming and still utilize his other two displays
Yeah.
while he games. I don't know. I don't really. If it was up to me, I would. Here, all right. Here's the question for the chat: do you put the iMac dead center, or do you keep the other monitor dead center? And do you scrap the little display, or do you keep it? That's the $1 million question. Honestly, one thing I noticed with that left side being empty is it's like, dude, get a 50, 60-inch TV, plop it on there,
Yeah.
point it on down, boy. That's what you play your consoles on. Because when you're playing consoles, you don't really care about really any response time unless you're like MLG or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would be the best way to do it.
And then you could spread out your iMac and that one monitor, or even double up on those monitors. And I don't know, get rid of the iMac. Because how does he, for Windows, is that connected to the iMac? I mean, the middle monitor is connected to the iMac, I'm guessing.
No, because he's got his keyboard right in front of the iMac. So he's using double peripherals.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's confusing.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was about
Get
to
your
say?
water bottle off the freaking table.
Yeah.
It's empty. It's like almost empty. Look at that.
And that's the other thing I was going to say. Someone said, Matt, there's a trash can under there. That's not what I never get mad about that. I only get mad if it's nasty as hell overflowing. That's a
Yeah.
dope ass trash can.
No, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
And I love the desk color with those handles, and the handles match the wine cooler. And the gray to white wall, the chair, even the weird ass rug. It all comes together, and it looks
does.
really, really, really nice.
I think the wine cooler, like, even though I wouldn't drink, I would so have a wine cooler or something like that because it looks so dope
Yeah.
and futuristic. Where it's like, oh, it's awesome to your setup.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's awesome. But yeah, a lot of people are split. So if you're watching this when it's uploaded on YouTube, share your thoughts. What do you think? What should go? What should stay? I think this really is the definition of personal preference.
Yes.
I mean, every setup is, but this one especially. So anyways, let's move on to the next setup. Next setup here is submitted by Isaac. And Isaac, this setup is one of the most controversial that I think I've shown because this can really go either way. The last one, definitely personal preference. This one, though, we could have some real debates about it. So,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
now I think you're gonna get this one wrong because it's a confusing setup. How old do you think Isaac is?
23.
23. He's 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So he all right. He says this. He's from Norway. He uses his setup for gaming and watching videos. He uses his MacBook Pro for Photoshop, schoolwork. This is where he just chills, hangs out, has a good time, and watch swashing videos. Wow, so nice of you to say that, dude. So guys, this setup is either very minimalistic and kind of like epic in that sense, or it's too empty and you need to fill it up and give it some life. What do you think it is? Because I mean, I look at the what are those masks called? I know it's like anonymous, but like, what is the name of those masks? Someone tell me.
I couldn't even tell you.
I think it's something with a V. I don't know, but how
Ventriloquist.
how epic does that look?
That looks so awesome, and I don't know what type of light he's using to like shine it off.
Yeah, it's
but
just
it
like
looks so
straight up.
awesome.
It looks epic. I really love the look of that. I love the shadows coming off the top. I love the effect it gives when you look at the mask itself. I just really, really like that part.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question, and I said this, and I'm waiting to see what people say. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's multiple names for the mask. Vendetta. Okay, and Guy Fawkes. Okay, cool. And that's all I'm seeing. Now I'm waiting for the answer. Is this minimalistic or is this empty? And I'm looking at this. Oh, yeah, you could actually see the light. Someone just said in the chat. If you zoom in, you could actually see the stand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It would be cooler if it was like hidden behind the monitor.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, I could see it now.
So here's the thing. Like, personally, at first glance, I was like, ugh, freaking empty ass freaking room. I hate it, blah, blah, blah. But then I kept looking at it and I was like, I really do like it. But I still think I'm in the 50-50. I still think there should be a little bit more done to it.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think of it like white on white. It just gives me a sane asylum look. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
Seems
definitely
kind of
see it.
bland, and like I could see how it could be minimalistic, where it's like it works in his favor. Like, oh, it's super like nice, and like there's not a lot to look at, so it's not like too hard on the head, I guess. But I don't know. It just seems just really bland.
Yeah. So LED right there, gives it a little bit of difference. Like, okay, there's a little bit of red. It's not all white. But I would like to see, it doesn't have to be more color. That's not what I'm asking about. Because if anything, the red might not work in this setup for some people. Again, personal preference. But I would like to see some more maybe objects to kind of fit it in.
Would a poster work? Like, I'm thinking like posters probably wouldn't work in this room. If you're
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
I
go
don't
for
think
that,
so.
You probably go for those 3D kind of stuff you could put on your wall, like the masks. I think something cool like that, like a 3D thing popping out of the wall, another thing like that would probably work.
Yeah, if
pretty
you
well.
get more, not more masks, but more like something, you got to fill it up. I don't know. And someone just said no speakers. Yeah, some people don't like speakers. I didn't have speakers for a long time. I have speakers now. I love my speakers. But yeah, I don't know. It's what I feel bipolar about this setup. I look at it sometimes and I'm like, damn. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't like this at all. So I don't know. I'm up in the air. That's why this is another setup that really I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Is it a fisheye? He took it with a fisheye. I think, right?
Yeah, it's probably like a GoPro or something. that he
Yeah,
took this with.
GoPro. I was thinking.
Any final thoughts though?
No. I mean, it looks pretty bland to me. I wouldn't have my setup like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll say this now. A lot of people have been saying it. The left corner of the desk, clean up that wire. There you go. That's what everyone's saying in chat. Everyone keeps saying it.
No, because we don't notice that at all. We're just completely oblivious to that.
Well,
We
yeah,
know.
no, we see it. It's just apparently
It's
it's a big deal.
obvious.
Yeah, yeah, it is dope. But yeah, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Lewis. Lewis, he said I can call him Gree.
Okay, agree.
He said if that's easier for you. Well, I think Lewis is easier, but sure, we'll say
Either one's
Gree.
fine.
And everyone was saying no chair about the last setup. Yeah, they normally pull their chair out because it's usually not the best chair. Anyways, he's from Spain. He's been watching my show for a long time. His hobbies are computers, video games, and setups. During the last 4 years, he had 4 different setups, one with 3 monitors, single monitor, etc. So he's been around the block. The last setup took him 3 weeks to build and lots of money. But it's not finished. There's a lot to do. He wants to add LEDs inside to the computer. He wants to get a stand for the headphones, stuff, and more stuff. So with all that in mind, how old do you think Lewis is?
Okay, I've been aiming way too high, and now I feel like I'm going to go low and it's going to be older, but I think he's like 15,
Close. He is 17.
17. God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's close. So yeah, with all that in mind, we got 2 pictures. We got uno and dos. So this is the close-up of his, what's it called? Setup. Why can't I think of that word? That's awful. So this is the close-up of his workspace. Now, I find this interesting because he said he's used triple, he used single, and here he is now using double.
Yeah.
So does he think, because I look at this, I don't think that's the most effective monitor layout because they're different sizes. Not that that usually matters, but for someone that's been through, you know, all the different layouts, is there a reason why he likes the left one being smaller and the right one being bigger? Is there a reason why he likes that setup? I want to know. I wish I knew a little bit more about him other than the fact that his hobbies are computers, video games, and setups, because that doesn't really tell me what he does with his free time. Other than, you know, he likes using.
I don't know.
computers,
My
video games.
OCD's kicking out because I need two like identical monitors. If you're gonna go that route where they're completely like right next to each other, I need them to be like the same size. But that's just personal preference.
No, I agree, because that's what I don't get. He's been talking about how he's had he's had multiple different
triple and
Yeah.
single.
but he goes back to this.
It
I
has to be
would
something with like, I don't know, like a program he uses where it's better on a small screen, I'm guessing. But I don't know. CAD.
and here's the thing, like my setup right now, I have two ultra wides, and I'm looking technically the bezel's right ahead from me, but I'm using ultra wides, so they're goddamn huge. So it's not the equivalent of using smaller 16:9 monitors. When I'm using these, it's the equivalent of having a triple monitor setup. For him though, I don't know if that's the best idea. I would choose like a primary, and then the smaller one's usually not the primary. I don't know. I really don't know.
Someone was saying it was the smaller ones for gaming, but I don't know. I don't think that, because like if it's connected to the computer, I guess you can switch out with HDMI. But
True. That's definitely true.
it could be a possibility, definitely, but I don't know if that's exactly.
Someone said sound engineers use small and big monitors, one for draw and one for plugins and mixers. That could also be true, but he made no mention about him doing any of that. You know?
I think that's something he would say if he actually was doing it.
Yeah. I don't know, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say as far as one being smaller, one being bigger. Does it bother you? Does it not? Do you hate the bezel in the middle? Who cares? It is what it is. Of course, obviously he's been around. He knows what he likes, and that's what he's going to do. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Now we look at the whole room. What do you think of that light fixture?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's different.
Unique.
It's weird because it's not like even layout like of light and all that. Because I could definitely tell there's gonna be shadows like everywhere. So it's not gonna be even lighting on your face like like a lamp would have that same lighting. But if you're not doing video or anything like that, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean,
It's interesting. Yeah. I like how he's using a twin size bed. Like, dude, that looks so small. I could probably fit my left thigh on there and then it'd be full.
But how much bigger can you go? Like,
I don't think
go,
you can.
Full size. Full size is huge because I have a full size and
and I have a
I don't
queen.
think it would fit.
Yeah. And then he's
Brag.
got humble brag. I got a queen, man. Anyways, he's got the big shelving units, which I think those are pretty cool. I think those are more common overseas.
They definitely have those overseas
ones. And I would like to see more, like, finish the room with posters, because you got that Walking Dead one. Like, put another one next to it. Like, that'd look dope.
Yeah, that's a cool poster actually. It's kind of like, it's not even like paper. It's like, I don't even know how to explain
It's
it.
like foam, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then I would like to see the rest of the room, but he's got the shelves at the top with the boxes, which might actually look pretty cool. I don't know. I can't see.
Can't tell.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really think there's much else to say. It's a pretty simple setup.
It's a small room, yeah. I mean, he did what he can with the setup, and it looks great. It's probably used very well, and I don't know what other monitor you would use that for, but I don't know. I'm not one to talk.
He's not one to talk, but he's talking, Tom. You're talking.
But I don't know. It looks weird like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I'm interested to see what people have to say. And it's weird because I keep saying this. Who said he went triple and single? But someone just said ultra would look dope. Like, yeah, when he used one, didn't he say like, I need more room, but I don't want to go back to triple?
Yeah.
So why not get, the my fireplace went out. Why not get an ultra wide? Hold on, guys. I got you. Restart. Yeah. Should be starting back up. Yeah, we got it. We're back in business.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to the final setup of the day. This setup is submitted by Randy. Randy says, I'm from Belgium, and I'm living in a student room, so I'm not really allowed to go crazy on stuff because of my landlord, but I do study game development. I try my best to do what I got to do, so I'm doing what I got to do, and I do what I got to do. And he also said, I like your show. So, how old do you think good old Randy is?
18.
18? No, he's 20. So
Okay.
nice try. But yeah, so he is 20. And he said he can't really do much because of his landlord. But I look at this and I'm like, damn, if I was your landlord, I'd be like, clean that shit up. Like, you know what
Get
I
a
mean?
bookcase.
Yeah, like do something with yourself. Because he's got all this empty room and it's just like, yeah, I got this window shield. I'm just going to shit everything on it because why not? Like, I don't like the games like that. I don't like the random box there for the 390X. Although we have the same card, my man. I don't know if that's really the best place to put that. I feel bad for your fish because they're like, damn, get this shit out of here.
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic. Up
Yeah, goddamn, I'm already in a tank. Why you got to put stuff around me?
And can we talk about this chair for a second?
Yeah,
It's a straight up. Is it a straight up recliner?
I think it's a recliner. Like, and he did his ghetto blanket on it with a pillow on the floor.
I mean, that would be super comfy.
It probably is.
I mean, like, I don't know. I actually would prefer that. Like, I like the office chair and all, but
here's the
just hella
problem.
comfy.
The problem with it is that it might not be great for when you're sitting up and you're like looking at your computer typing. Blah,
Oh yeah,
blah.
you're so far away.
But when you're Netflix and chilling just by yourself at your desk, like that's gonna be good. So yeah, I don't know.
and you got those boxes underneath. That's probably. It's probably not interfering with your leg room because you have that pillow that takes up most of the space. So you just lay.
Dude, this guy, he thinks he's smart, but he's covering up all his awful cable management.
Oh, he's pulling a fast one on you.
Yeah, well, for you were like, he's got boxes. I'm like, this dude is hiding his bad cables. But yeah, I can already tell it's happening. He's got an Asus laptop box. He's got his Fractal Design power supply, and
He's got 2 computers.
he's got some stuff going on here that needs to be cleaned up ASAP. Rocky,
Yeah, no, it's that left side is just so messy.
Yeah.
So messy.
clean that up,
Is that honey over there? Like, I don't even know.
honey. Where?
No, I'm just seeing the top, like where the games are. That bottle that's on top.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I just see yellow, solidy.
the one on the
mixture.
right looks like it. That one looks like Coke, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to trust them.
So here's the problem. Let's talk about this. The desktop. This is also another issue of not placing things in the correct spot.
Yeah.
One of which is your laptop. Sure, it's great that it's accessible to the left side, but you're not actually using it. You know what I mean? It's just kind
Yeah.
of there. So you need to definitely fix that. The placement of everything on your desk, from the router to the controller to the Xbox to the PlayStation to the random knickknacks, it's got to change, my man. You got drawers, put stuff on there. You got this little slit under your desk between the drawers, put stuff there. How about you buy another piece of furniture? Because you literally, it looks like you have an empty room with just this desk.
Yeah, no, this is his room right here. This is where he sleeps.
Yeah,
that's
is
why
his-
he has a recliner.
It's his bed. Like, it's just chilling in the recliner.
He
Like,
wakes up and just starts working.
yeah, he's like,
That's right,
oh
shit.
man, I was Netflix and chilling, but now I'm back up and awake. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little meh for me.
And then you have the poster off to the right, like hold the poster off to the right. It's like
Not even centered with the
not even
desk.
centered, like get another poster.
Not
then
even
at that point.
framed.
It's not even framed. He's just like, I got the game today. Let me just put it up on the wall.
Yeah,
That's what I do
it's-
all the time though. So I wouldn't be.
But your room's, you got nice frame stuff, dude.
No, not my NBA 2K16 one.
It's just on your door, right?
No, I have one. It's behind the door when you open it
Oh,
up.
how are we brothers? Get the hell off my
I
show.
don't have another frame just lying around.
But yeah, I mean, this just looks like he's got all the cool stuff. He's got a nice computer, nice chair, nice desk, nice, peripherals, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just not done right.
And he's got a hole in the wall right next to the lamp.
Yeah, he might have gotten angry. He's like,
So,
ah!
like he bent over his desk and punched
Yeah,
it.
he leaned over. It's like,
He's got small fists. That's the
hey
case.
man, don't judge. Don't judge
Small hands.
unless you're judging the setup, because that's actually
I'm
what we
judging
do.
the setup because
Yeah. All right. So now let's go ahead and show off the scores. So the first setup, of course, was submitted by Cam. He walked away with a 54. Dom got a 75. Patty got a 72. Isaac got a 76. Lewis got a 69. And Randy got a 50. 50. So it's interesting because what we see is Isaac comes in first by 1 point, beating out Dom, which is really weird because if I had to say just off of no scores, like categories, just choosing,
Yeah.
I would say my favorite's Patty's, which is really confusing. I know.
it is confusing, but he just didn't score well. That's the whole thing that just made it the way it is.
Yeah,
I like Doms. I really did. Like, I like the theme. The theme really, I think theme makes a big part in the setup. Like, theme definitely scores you a lot.
Yeah, well, I would say Dom's room is great as a room.
Yeah.
As a setup, not so much.
That's true. Yeah.
But as a room, definitely, it's freaking dope. So I think that's all we got. First place, Isaac. Second place, Dom. And yeah, any final thoughts for these people of the internet?
No, I said what I had to say.
Just do what you gotta. Just drop the mic, my man. Do what you gotta do. So that's gonna do it for us. Don't forget, guys, MeUndies is giving you guys 20% off. Use promo code SWASHIN20 at MeUndies.com to get yourself 20% off your order. Thanks for watching. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And I'm Thomas Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Thomas Philly.
Tom, what's one thing that scares you?
Let me. You know, you asked our dad last time, and I'm like, oh, I should think of a good one if I ever host. And I did today. God, I hate bugs, but like that's the stupid one.
Yeah, everyone hates bugs.
But how about getting a bad haircut?
Guys, send pictures of terrible haircuts to at Thomas Philly on Twitter. You don't have to do the bad acting. Just send like the worst haircuts ever. Send it right now. Okay.
I want to see it.
He wants to see it. So there we go, guys. Thanks so much for watching Pimp My Setup episode number 64 on December 12th, 2015. We'll catch you on the Liberty Flip. Ha!